In today's quick video, I talk about CSGO crosshairs, and you can see the best crosshair in my opinion. So this is the best CSGO crosshair for me right now.
I'm going to show you guys how you can get my crosshair, which I think is the best. You obviously, it's all personal preference.
Welcome to the top 4 crosshairs for hitting headshots in Counter-Strike. First up, we have the M7 dot crosshair. Now there's only one flaw of this crosshair so far. On certain surfaces, it does blend in a bit too well.
I guess we're doing this. Alright, you've read the title. You know why you're here. Except unlike every other clickbaiting cum-stained YouTuber that lies through their teeth under the guise of "It's my opinion," I've come up with a mathematical formula to find the best crosshair in CSGO. What did you think? This lab coat was for show? So, how am I going to do this? I'm going to be staking out the local community deathmatch servers, recording the KD ratio and crosshair settings of the first 200 players that reach above 100 kills. Simple, right? No, not at all. God, I want to fucking hit you right now. But before I do that, I need to do some explaining. Firstly, a crosshair's purpose is to simply assist the player's aim. Not really that complicated, but if you consider the impact of a crosshair during a competitive match, it's minuscule. You spend about an hour playing a match. Even if it does reach 30 rounds, you're more than likely to only engage in about 40 to 50 aim duels that last under a second a pop. That's why, instead of comp matches, I'm recording the data of deathmatch players, where they take the same amount of fights, but in the span of 2 minutes. The second thing is, what I'm doing once I have all the statistics. I'm going to compare the average KD of each different crosshair variable per setting. It's a bit difficult to visualize, so here's a mock-up for example. Under crosshair thickness, out of the 200 samples, let's say there are only 3 different crosshair thicknesses that were used, 0.5, 1, and 1.5. And the average KD of each player using these crosshair variables was 1.2, 1.25, and 0.9. From this shitty little chart we can see the best crosshair thickness would be 1, because it had the highest average KD. Then all we have to do is just do this with every other crosshair setting. Put all the winning variables together to create the ultimate Frankenstein crosshair that would technically be the best crosshair in CSGO. So, time to get on with it. Here's the time-lapse of me gathering data for 6 hours, sped up 31,000%. Feel free to skip ahead to whatever time it says on screen for the results. But if you're here to hang out, let's have a 1v1 chat with some nice music in the back. Ah, that's the stuff. If you like anime, watch Ping Pong the Animation. I fucking love this show, man. I try to shill at every video, honestly. If you like manga, read Blue Lock. Another sports show, because I'm kinda fucking gay like that. But I reckon you'll like it if you like anything like Kuroko or Haikyuu. Also, on the odd chance if anyone was looking to replicate this, I was using the find CL_crosshair command. And I don't know what retard would say this looks easy, but it isn't. Have a go at it. Hours will be spent suffering, and you'll never get them back. This obviously wasn't done in one sitting, and I missed recording like 10 entries. Bye! Welcome back. Here's the data in its rawest form. Ignore some of the highlighted stuff, I'll explain that later. But when it's all laid out like this, you probably can't tell much at all. Besides how popular Crosshair Style 4 is. Kind of ruins some stats, not gonna lie. Although, moving on to the main course, what you've been waiting 4 minutes for. Alright, the results look very confusing to say the least. But it makes sense, I promise. So here it goes anyway. Gold means it won in its category overall. Silver means it was the most popular in its category. And bronze means it had the highest average KD without any regard to how many samples it has. Because honestly, look at Style 4 for example. Style 5 had the highest average KD, but it had 9 users compared to 4's 184. Fuck that shit. So, with that in mind, here's the gold crosshair, which is technically the Frankenstein God crosshair. Very underwhelming and kind of repulsive. I'd also like to add that although outline thickness 1:1 and .1 came in first in their categories, Reading into the stats more, people who had both dot and thickness on had an average KD of 0.91, while having no dot and outline 1-to-1 on had average KDs of 1.24. So, do with that what you will. I think it means this shit basically failed. Here's the silver crosshair. The People's Champion. Looks very generic, as expected of Mr. Popular. And here's bronze. The crosshair that had the highest statistics and doesn't give a fuck about sample size. Yeah, that's it right there. Can't you see it? No. No, you can't. Because there was one wild spastic deathmatching with Alpha on 0. No crosshair at all, and he had a KD of 1.59. So, ending thoughts. The best crosshair in CSGO looks like shit. And if you made it here, congrats. This video's conclusion was a fucking joke. If you happen to understand anything at all about stats, and I pissed you off because I'm retarded, the Excel sheets are linked in the description, and do what you will with it, because fuck. This was rough. Thanks for watching.